Hello, good morning, my friends. You are watching on your TVs on the Smart Money Culture TV network in Texas and Louisiana, as well as watching around the world as we stream on multiple platforms. It is a great day here in the U.S. Capitol. A lot going on. There's a lot to talk about. I mean, there's just on and on and on. I mean, from the Olympics to Trump going full crypto, full Bitcoin. Just finished as well the Sound of Music play with my daughters, which was a lot of fun. The only reason I wasn't at Bitcoin 2024, it was a real hard pill to swallow in a way, to be totally frank. I had my tickets. I had my was a partner, press access, all this stuff. But family first, right? Family first. So I had to tell myself there was a bigger reason for that, which my wife kind of laughed at. And she said, well, yeah, of course there is. It's your family. So I guess there you go. But I did miss seeing everybody. And as well, it would have been great to get there. But it's like I always tell the young guys, and like I told a kid as well, a 20-year-old, I said, when it all goes down, when things hit the fan and everything else, that you look at it and you say, okay, well, if I go right now, it's all okay because I'm fulfilled and I had those kids. And so I tell that to people all the time, especially the young guys, because I'm a guy. I tell it to the girls too, though, if I get a chance. But because that's what it's all about. So don't believe the baloney that they tell you about not having a family and it being too much money, and focus on yourself and everything else. Trust me, all that stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You want some kids, you want a family. Anyway, crazy stuff going on. Of course, we have Trump really comes out. I mean, full crypto during his speech. Of course, our RFK Jr. did as well. RFK Jr. is talking no capital gains tax on Bitcoin transactions. But anyway, Trump. He says Gensler is out. Well, of course, Gensler, we've talked about it on the show multiple times. Gary Gensler. I mean, the guy, to us anyway, looks like just complete. I mean, even talk about. I mean, just looks like market manipulation, using the full force of this agency to go after even political opponents or people they don't like or whatever. I mean, just really strange things been going on. He says Gensler's out. Ross Ulbricht is, he says, will be freed. Or will have his sentence commuted, time served. He should go ahead and get a full pardon, but whatever. Time served, getting the kid out is well overdue. As I mentioned a couple of times during the show, I did take Ross's case to the cabinet members in the last administration, and they wanted nothing to do with it. So I'm glad to see a full turnaround here on that. Ross Ulbricht, one of the big reasons that Ross got such a big sentence, and nobody really ever understood why, was Chuck Schumer really went after Ross Ulbricht. And this, I mean, he was a kid. Now he's been in jail for like, God knows, 10 years or something, long time. He created the website where some stuff went on. I mean, those were early days back then. Anyway, Bitcoin is freedom from tyranny, is freedom from government, is how Trump put it. And of course, if he gets in, it will come a host of other regulations and everything. I mean, that's always the devil's in the details, right? But overall, it'll be good for us. But allowing us to self-custody and stuff like that. We're already self-custodying. We don't need to be allowed self-custody. You know what I mean? Those types of things are a little bit scary, to be totally frank with everybody. But there you go. That's what we got. And I think that obviously it's going to be it'll be good for crypto. Obviously, he wants that crypto vote. He wants that Bitcoin vote. He went full Bitcoin for it. And I think he also recognizes that without saying, hey, we need to end the Fed, without going up there and taking a bullet, which probably would come if he said, well, let's end the Fed. Well, we already saw a bullet come. Funny story on that too. Of course, you have the FBI director coming out saying, "Oh, well, it might not have been a bullet; it might have been shrapnel." Well, I don't know. Either way, I mean, people got offended that he said that it wasn't a bullet. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, who cares? Even if it was shrapnel, if you get shrapnel in a war situation or something like that, you still get your Purple Heart. I mean, that's still a wound. I mean, whether it was a bullet or not, or shrapnel hit him from a bullet. But anyway, that was pretty interesting for a number of reasons. Number one, because you know, like, why would he even do that, right? Assassination. You know, why would he come out and say that? And a lot of people are saying or feel that they're trying to write history, basically, or change history, or erase certain things from history. And I would tend to agree with them that is what they were doing there. There was several mentions assassination attempt. Trump. So there was some talk of this yesterday. Basically, assassination. Let me just. Google has been, you know, one of, and Google, you know, guys, look, they're owned by the cabal, right? If you don't know that, but if you look in Google, they have taken out the assassination attempt of Trump. So they're already kind of whitewashing the whole matter. So if you look at this, you can see my screen here, assassination attempt. Oh, well, now it's there. I'll go figure. I just Googled it. Maybe that's why. Let me just see. Google. Try one more time here. Of course, they could change these things as they go, but here we go. Assassination attempt. Trump. Well, there it is. That's working for me. It didn't work until I searched it. Once I searched it, it came up. But anyway, those types of things, you know what I mean? That's there. That has been in there for a long, that bias on Google. And that's one of the ways that they are changing the way people think and the way people look at things, rewriting history as we speak. Markets are up. Markets are definitely moving up ahead of the Federal Reserve, the central banking cartel. The Federal Reserve is expected to come out dovish this week. This week, we're going to have a speech from Jerome Powell, and he is expected to come out dovish. I don't think that he's going to lower interest rates right now, but now they're talking about 3 interest rate cuts. I mean, at a certain point, they were even only talking about 1. First, it was supposed to be 5 interest rate cuts this year, and then it was 4, and then it was 3, and then it was 2, and then it was even talking 1, and now they're saying 3 again. So, especially with the presidential election coming up, I think that we could very well see these interest rates coming down. They're going to want to show a strong economy for the presidential election, and so they need the markets to go up. They need them to continue to go up. And what you're seeing across the board: gold, silver, Bitcoin, stocks. We're looking at Dow. We're looking at new all-time highs here, probably this week, maybe. And you're gonna see that, and you're gonna see more inflation. It's gonna have to go up. They're gonna, ease this. They're gonna ease the interest rates, and that's gonna send the value down a bit more and send the risk assets up, and that's the way it works. And so that's what they're gonna do. Pretty much everybody is in agreement with that. War is intensifying in the Middle East. Unfortunately, it is just a real mess over there, from the Houthis to you got the U.S. over there in the Red Sea bombing the Houthis, and you have everybody bombing everybody. You got everybody's just bombing everybody and killing everybody. It's just a horrible situation, honestly. People need to come to the table and put their weapons away and just make some money together. You know what I mean? Make some money. Make love, not war, guys. Make love, not war. Let's try to end this war. You see what's happening in Ukraine now? They're talking about peace and everything else. Let's try to end this war without 1 million people dead. You know, like nobody really knows how many people are dead over in Eastern Ukraine, but Eastern Europe, rather. But I mean, it's probably around 1 million people, 500,000 people, beautiful people. It's just so sad. And let's try to get ourselves out of this Middle East shenanigans without that, please. The Olympics was an absolute just horror show. I'm scared to even like share what was going on because they're going after everybody. Maybe I'll talk more about it later, but they're going after everybody with copyright stuff. But yeah, they went after they came out. They had the Last Supper with a bunch of, I guess, gay dudes or whatever you call them in drag queens, and I mean, just on and on and on. I don't know. You got to ask yourself what goes on in somebody's head in order to put all that together. Like, why does somebody do that? And then, of course, you know, it's the usual suspects. And then, you know, I think everybody's kind of waking up. I think, like, how many times can the usual suspects do it? And then, you know, everybody starts to get it. I think that the people that aren't getting it at this point, they're either just, I think they must be in the bag, right? I mean, they must be in the bag. They must be. How can you know? I don't know. I mean, it was one thing after the other. I mean, I could go down. I mean, they had the the fourth force of the apocalypse. It looks like it was. They had that. I mean, just they had some guys look like with his things hanging out. They said, "Oh no, it wasn't. That was just his tights torn." I have no idea, really. I didn't have time to look. I was doing my play with my girls. I couldn't keep up. But just so odd, isn't it? Like, why in the world would you do that to an entire kind of? It's actually two religions as well, because the Muslims, they believe that they believe in Jesus as well. They just don't believe he's the actual Messiah. They think that their guy's going to come back, but Jesus is going to be there. He's going to talk in the final days, and I think as well. I mean, I'm not a scholar of Islam or anything like that, but the Christians and the Muslims get together and they defeat the Antichrist. So I mean, it's just weird. It's just weird. Anyway, let's talk more about the markets. I got the great Matt Dixon here. Sir Matt the Great, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Happy New Week.
Nice to see you over there. You're still in London, it looks like.
Yes, yeah. So I will be traveling a bit, hoping to do some presentations at various spots.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, things are still busy, even though I'm in London, so I'm at it constantly with meetings.
I mean, that's the way we work, right? Always busy.
Yeah, following markets.
Yeah, and the markets are booming. I finished up my play this week with the girls, so I finished that yesterday. So a little bit more. It's always kind of intense, as you know, getting home at 11 o'clock at night or whatever, and then getting up at 5 a.m, doing the show.
Yeah, it's great. Good dad stuff. Yeah. I'll jump in, share my screen.
Awesome.
Just hopefully you can see that dollar index.
We get the DXY right here.
Yeah. So it's I was just listening to the comments you're making about the trouble in the Middle East, and I was reading about it over the weekend, and obviously there've been further attacks into Lebanon in response of the Hezbollah attacking Israel and so on. So it's still a very, very stressed situation. And I read it can get a lot worse than it is. They're still
no doubt about that. They're just getting warmed up. They're talking about like 40,000 people dead or something like that. And the guy wrote under one of my posts, he goes, "That's rookie numbers." You're right. I mean, sadly, you're right.
Yeah. Well, we Yeah, we can only pray for the best. I saw a nice message just on a bright note from Sydney McLaughlin. I don't know if you know, she's the 400-meter hurdles champion, Olympics champion from the US. And she just came out with a lovely message, giving all glory to God for everything that she, for her success and everything. And saying that's the main thing. So it's good to keep the right perspective on things. Yes. Let's hope that prevails in the, in all the troubles that we see around the world.
Agreed.
So looking at dollar index anyway, that's obviously a good guide to what's going on in the market, and we can see that it's basically choppy at the moment, sideways in fact. So from this low point we had, which was a really ideal support zone, and we've labeled it many times, there were lots of reasons why this support. So from that low level, I haven't labeled it, but from this low point here, we can actually see a wave 1 up, 2 down, a large extended wave 3 up, then a wave 4 down, kind of choppy, then a 5th wave higher to complete the move up there. And then we've moved down in 3 waves down, 3 waves up. And so we would expect, this is the beginnings of what's called a flat correction. Flat correction is a 3-3-5. So we have, I will just throw in the labels very quickly if I can. Basically we see the A wave is made up of 3 waves from the top. So A, B, C makes up the A wave. And then we can see that the B wave itself is made up of 3 waves here. So we can see A, B, C up for the B wave. And then, so 3-3, we would expect 5 waves down. So we're basically expecting a bit of a move down in dollar index. And that might align, it may happen actually before we see the Fed meeting on Wednesday. I mean, 3 days is a long time in financial markets. So we may see a bit of a pullback. Now, that's actually probably positive for the risk asset markets, the crypto markets, because when we see dollar index coming down, that is normally positive for the risk markets. But if we are seeing, if we are seeing this as a wave 1 up, and I'll just label that as a wave 1, I think, just to show us what we're talking about somewhere there. That's a wave 1. And then somewhere down here, we might have wave 2. Then we'd expect a bigger wave 3 to the upside. So what this is suggesting, and it's just quite interesting, so we're expecting a little bit more dovishness out of the Fed on Wednesday. Maybe that's not going to happen, because I think that this movement down in dollar index is probably going to be that time where we tread water, where there's no major movement, and people are just anticipating, maybe thinking is going to be a bit more dovish. But bear in mind, we had PCE come out higher than expected. So inflation is still a problem. In fact, it rose. It was higher than expected. And so that's telling us that inflation is still a problem. So how can how can the Fed turn dovish when they've got higher inflation than anticipated? They can't possibly do it. They would lose all credibility if they're to say, okay, yeah, inflation's rising, but we're going to lower interest rates. That does not make sense. So I don't think we're going to get that dovish outlook come Wednesday. Although I've been looking at the futures markets. Here's a tweet I had for the futures markets. It's just showing the chance of a rate. Well, we know that the chance of a rate reduction this July on Wednesday is virtually 0. It's next to nothing. Right. But the chances come September, it dropped. It was 93%, 93.5% chance of a decrease. It's dropped now to 89.6% chance. So this is what the futures are telling us, that there's still almost a 90% chance that they're going to drop rates in September. So maybe they'll hint at that. Maybe, I don't know. As I say, it's going to be difficult with inflation as it is. But it looks like it's almost nailed on at the moment that we're going to get a rate reduction in September. So that would, when that news comes out, that's going to be very positive for risk asset markets, as you say, for Bitcoin, Ethereum, even for the 500. All of the risk assets should perform well when we start to reduce interest rates. I can see this thing going to be speaking yet again. Let's just try and get rid of that.
She's always listening to you, Matt. She loves you.
I did actually read that the computers are listening. When I say the computers, actually the authorities can actually monitor what you're doing on your computer. I mean, the fact that thing comes in all the time It just
it's
tell you.
horrible.
Yeah, so Big Brother is out there.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. I used to, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, they taught us like, oh, the USSR, and they were always listening and all this stuff. And then I was like, how did they live like that? And then here we are. They listen to everything.
Yeah. So jumping across, so that's the expectation for dollar index, that I'm expecting probably a little bit of a drop in the index. So so as I say, that would translate to perhaps a bit of negativity on Bitcoin, and then a bit of positivity on Bitcoin, a bit more positivity on Bitcoin as DXY falls, and then maybe some negativity. So how does that translate to Bitcoin? Well, at the moment, we have been moving quite nicely to the upside, as you said, over the weekend. There's that great news out with all the Trump conference, and I say Trump conference, you know what I mean?
It was kind of the Trump conference. Bitcoin 2024.
Yeah. But I think that, we've said for a long time we're moving off this support zone here, and we had regular bullish divergence, which was telling us that Bitcoin was going to rise. It's precisely what happened. We told everybody in advance, and it's moved up really nicely in the wave. So we're looking at the large red numbers here. So wave 1 up, 2 down, 3 up, which itself was made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And within it, we had perfect Fibonacci relationships. Then we had an ABC down, which didn't overlap wave 1, as it's not allowed to. So that was perfectly acceptable. And then we moved up, and we actually got a nice 5 waves to the upside. Now, this is not a completed 5th wave. I would put my money on it. It's not a completed larger 5th wave in red. It's just the beginning. So remember, in the same way here as wave 3 is made up of 5 smaller waves, this wave 5 in red is also going to be made up of 5 smaller waves. So I think we just had the wave 1 up and wave 2 down, and that wave 2 may not yet be complete. We may still chop around a little bit in wave 2, but we are going to get a wave 3 to the upside. And that wave 3 to the upside, maybe it comes maybe before the news on Wednesday, maybe after the news on Wednesday, but what it's telling me is we are expecting substantially higher up, because after wave 2, we get, of course, wave 3, which, as we can see from the big wave 3 in red, also the big wave 3 here in blue, it's the extended wave, and it will most likely be the extended wave. And if we just put a measurement on this, just to give us an indication of where, if wave 1 here is complete, and just say we get even a deeper wave pullback in wave 2 to here, then 1.618 is the minimum expectation for wave 3. So even at that level, the minimum expectation will be 76,000. Then we still get a little wave 4 pullback and another push higher. So that's telling me that in the relatively near future, we are going to see brand new all-time highs on Bitcoin. And that would obviously drive the rest of the crypto world crazy as well, to the upside. So maybe you're right. Maybe we do get a little bit more dovishness. We'll just have to see.
It will be interesting. I mean, they want dovishness, but I predicting that what they're going to do is rough.
Yeah, so that's why people take positions ahead. So we've actually, we've been saying to people on Impact Money here, this was the buy area, and we're moving up. And exactly the same. If you look at Solana, it's had a fantastic move. And I showed you this chart saying, need I say more? This was before the move, because we had a clear ABC correction down. So clearly, ABC is corrective. You're going to go to new highs above here, and that's precisely what's happened. So we had, at the level of 164, I actually bought in just a little bit later than that. I bought in at 167, I think, or 168 even. So I bought around this level here. But we've had a massive push higher as expected, because this was a correction. We needed new local highs above here. And this could well be just the beginning of the move for Solana. I do think we're going to challenge, like Bitcoin is going to challenge and probably exceed the all-time high in the pretty near future. I think that Solana, and if I just scroll out a little bit to show, I think that Solana, in fact, it's probably best I scroll out even more to show you, is going to overtake this local high that we had some months back now. It's back in March that we had the local high of about $210 on Solana. We're 191. That's a massive move from 160, 164 or something the other day. whatever it was down here, it was quite low anyway, whatever it was, 164, yeah. So that's a substantial move after this correction here, already 191. Looks as though we're going to at least challenge 209, 210, and I think go beyond that. So I actually think before we're done in this bull run, we're going to actually have new all-time highs for Solana. So again, you've heard it here, new all-time highs. Solana all-time high was about $260. So plenty of upside there. And we have this big upgrade coming out in September. It's amazing how time flies. I mean, it's 6 weeks since we had the last Fed meeting. You wouldn't believe time flies so fast. We're looking at the next Fed meeting after that. We're looking at September time. And that's when they're expecting a rate reduction in September. And, you know, that's, just can't believe how time flies so quickly. So that's when the Fire Dancer upgrade comes out for Solana. That could give reason for another pump. And it may be buy the rumor, sell the news. So as we get closer to that major upgrade, then we could see further massive pumps on Solana. So as I've always said, it's one of my favorite assets. It was a great opportunity to jump in with this ABC correction here. And another one that's really been flying just lately, and again, very much according to our expectations.
Oh, yeah.
We had another very nice ABC correction to the downside. And it's pretty well perfect, to be honest, that ABC correction. And then we moved up really nicely. We had wave 1 up, 2 down, 3 up, 4 down. I probably need to expand that out a little bit more to see. And then pushing up in a 5th wave. So this actually can already be labeled 5th, and it's looking as though it's going to go a bit higher because it's really impulsive. So the wave 4 concluded on Litecoin at somewhere around $67. We're now at $76. That's $11 higher already. And it looks like it's got quite a bit higher to go. And this, because it's an ABC correction down from much higher levels, in fact, it was up here at $112. So looks like we've got a long way higher to go on Litecoin. So really nice move in expectation, because this is ABC corrective, as I say. This is just a small wave 1. There's 5 waves, but it's just a small wave 1. We then have wave 2, modest correction, and wave 3, impulsive to the upside. So I think there's a lot to go now on Litecoin. The one that's holding back yet again is, where are we now? XRP. Still holding back, but it's looking very choppy again. As you can see, choppiness means it's kind of just a bit of a correction probably. So we've probably got a wave 1, 2, maybe 3. We're still in a choppy wave 4. I think we've still got higher to go. So it's a bit problematic because they're still waiting for more clarification from the SEC. And, as you say, Gary Gensler, maybe, we'll see more positive minds in the future with the SEC. Let's hope so. And let's hope a positive outcome there. But I still think that XRP has real potential moving forward. But just from a chart perspective, at the moment, it's a bit choppy. We do seem to have had, again, some kind of ABC correction down. It's a much larger WXY correction down. So, again, I actually think there's real potential in XRP here. So, again, if we just scroll out, I'll probably go on to daily because it's there's been a lot of movement here. We appear to have had a W down, X up, and then an ABC Y wave down. So that's completing a WXY correction. Being corrective, it should go to new highs above this level, which is 93 cents. And that was when the last SEC news came out that really pumped the price so drastically here. You can see the massive pump in price here. But this is just a correction to the downside. We should push again according to the direction of this arrow, not only the direction in this case, but also in magnitude. We should exceed this previous high of 93 cents on XRP. So from where we are, you're looking at probably 50% minimum upside, and it could go well beyond that. We do know when XRP moves, it tends to move in a really big way. Ethereum as well, it's probably sales that we experienced following the ETF news, and that was as expected. We expected a bit of a sell-off, but again, it was only just completing that sell-off, some kind of ABC correction to the downside. And again, I'll just open that out a little bit so we can see. Probably best to go back to the 4 hour there so we can see it. again, we can see an ABC correction. We had A down there, B up, C down here to complete a wave 4. Then we've had a wave 1 up, wave 2 down. In fact, so this is actually a wave. This isn't wave 1, 2, 3, 4. This is actually wave 1 up and a 2 down. So this is actually wave 2 here instead. So it looks like we're beginning a really good rally now to the upside, I believe. So again, that would align with our expectations. The market's looking really bullish, so we should get some good upside, and it should take us beyond the start of wave. Well, we got here, this wave here was 3. We've completed a wave 4, and now we've got a wave 1 up, 2 down. So we should go beyond, just trying to fit it in, we should go beyond the top of this wave 3, which was 4,089. Bear in mind, we're 3,390 right now. So
nice move.
Nice move, and it should go well beyond that. That's just a wave 3. Wave 5 should take us much, much higher than that. So the impulsive direction, we can actually see if I just kind of scroll out a little bit more here, we can see that we had a wave. Oh dear. I don't know what's happened there. I've gone on to monthly maybe. Anyway, the impulsive direction is still to the upside. Not quite sure what happened there. I think I've gone way, way long term on that. So the impulsive direction is still very much to the upside. I think I know what's happened. It scrolled out to away from candles. It's just no longer in candlesticks. But anyway, we're expecting, this is just an ABC correction to the downside here, and it's going to move higher. That's XRP. But even if we move back to Ethereum, it's going to move higher above that previous 4,000 odd level. I'm not quite sure what's happened there with the price, to be honest. But anyway, we still expect a lot more upside to come. I've messed up my charts somehow, and I can't see.
Maybe reload the chart page. Just don't reload your stream page.
Yeah. I don't know if that'll do it. Yeah.
Control-Alt-Delete. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's all done. Yeah. So when you're on live, sometimes it's not so easy to think when you're trying to think of so many things at once.
I know. We're getting much better at it though. Practicing every day is.
Yeah. So the only thing about this is with the Ethereum, potentially, as I say, we're expecting definitely a lot more upside, and I think we'll challenge the previous all-time high. But I did mention this on Bitcoin. It's the same look with Ethereum. From that previous all-time high of 4,800, we had a clear ABC down. Now we're potentially also looking at an ABC higher, which will probably challenge that previous level. But if that is a large A down, large B up, then we would expect a C down. Now the reason I mentioned about Lebanon and potential escalation in the Middle East, I think that maybe Russia, Ukraine may be settling down for the time being, but we are still gearing up for wider confrontation in the Middle East. Now this could have a major effect on markets, and it could spawn a really strong sell-off potentially. And I'm not saying it's a definite, because
it's on my mind as well. It's like absolutely, and if when everybody goes long, and as you see that greed thing move up, there's more and more. I mean, because war is business too. So you have guys, profiteers, and everything else, and they're gonna quite possibly get everybody long and then liquidate everybody they can.
Yeah. So what I want to do here clearly is actually present the two alternatives, because as I've always said, basically a 3-wave move up can be just a 1, 2, 3, and then you get 4 and 5 even higher, or it can be a completed ABC correction. So we have an ABC down, that's corrective, but we could potentially have an ABC higher to challenge the previous all-time high. If that were the case, if you remember a flat correction that we started out with today, 3 down, 3 up, then 5 down. So if things were to escalate in the Middle East, which they really could, and there's a lot of expectation for that as a real possibility, then we would expect this strong sell-off that could take Ethereum right back down again. If it did, it's obviously going to be another major buying opportunity, because that's just a correction. 3 down, 3 up, 5 down would present a major buying opportunity. But the other scenario is that this correction is all complete here as an ABC completed correction, and then we're moving up impulsively as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 5 again. So it's going to leave us guessing. There's no doubt about it. Markets are never 100% clear. It's all about probabilities. And there's a couple of probabilities here that we need to always keep in mind but having said that, for the time being, we've got an ABC correction. So we can be reasonably confident with a high degree of probability that we are going to at least retest that previous all-time high. And I think with Bitcoin, I think we'll not only retest, I think we're going to smash through. I'm very confident we're going to smash through the previous all-time high. And the same with a lot of assets. Even if it's not all-time highs, we're going to see some really good appreciation. One other that we mentioned very positively the other day, and actually I had a tweet from a futures company business saying, if your expectation is against what the futures expectations are telling us, and if you're right, there's a lot of money to be made. So if you remember, I talked about Book of Memes being an amazing potential. Let's just get this. In fact, I think I'll just remove this to give us some more room on the chart. So I was saying that basically, once again, we'd had a clear A, B, C correction to the downside. Not only that, we had this hidden bullish divergence, which I had signaled, and this is an old chart. I've not put anything new on here. This is an old chart. And I said we should at least expect a strong pump here, and I gave the direction and the resistance to smash through. We actually smashed through the resistance. So the Book of Memes has been one amazing opportunity. And again, if you got in at the bottom there, exactly when the bullish divergence was apparent around the 0.007, so what's that, 0.7%? From there, we're now right up to 1 cent. So we're 30% higher in just a very short period of time. That low point was 24th of July. I think it was 24th of July, was it? Yeah, 24th of July, 24th or 25th of July. So we're just only a matter of days, and look at that massive pump. So this is the power of Elliott wave, the ABC correction, bullish divergence, perfect fib extension there for that wave there from wave 1, 2, and 3. I'd have to redo that, but we've had some nice fib extensions. It looks as though this is a wave 1, wave 2. We're just pushing up wave 3, so there's higher to go by the look of it. So this is just amazing that we're able to use this technical analysis, and that's what Bruce has been saying, that we are going to be sharing a lot more of this to not only teach you how to use it, but really give some clear guidance as to where the markets are taking us. So there will be further opportunities. No matter what happens, we're expecting new all-time highs to come in the market. And then we'll just finally touch on a couple of the favorites. SPX. I know a lot of people follow the S&P 500, particularly on this America Impact Money show. We appear to have had a very clear, once again, ABC correction to the downside. I think we're pushing impulsively to the upside now. So we should once again take out the all-time high for the S&P 500, which was 5,600. We're currently 5,400 and something. So again, some really good potential upside to come there. So that's looking positive. We'll just touch on one of Bruce's favorites. I know he loves SHIB. He loves Doge. Doge is his favorite, I think. Doggy. So again,
Doggy coin.
We're looking all the time. We're looking at adding to positions down here. It just keeps pumping, and I think we're going to pump again. This is some kind of it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, interesting. So from the top here, we've got wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You may remember in previous shows, 7 is a corrective number. So just a quick glance at this, and you might think it's a 5 waves down, but it's not. It's actually 7 waves down. 7 waves is corrective. That's telling us we have new all-time, well, I say new all-time highs, new highs above this previous, I don't think it's all-time, but over this previous local high of 14 cents. We should target above that, well above that, because this is a corrective move down. And that's why Elliott wave is so important, because when you can count the waves like this, you know what's corrective, what's impulsive. You know when you see this, that basically it's a great opportunity to buy. And again, we can look at, I will just add back in very briefly the RSI. Yeah, so I'm just checking whether we have what kind of divergence we have, whether we have any divergences there. Actually, no particular. Well, there is a divergence telling us of this up move here. Yeah, so that's interesting. It's worth showing you again. This is just my charts aren't behaving quite as they should do, but okay. So we can draw from the lows there, and that's taking us to where I said there's basically a corrective countdown of 7 waves down. And what we'll do, we'll look at the corresponding price move on the RSI, absolutely corresponding there. So we can see that we got higher lows on price and we've got lower lows on RSI. And what that's telling us is that's hidden bullish divergence. So we not only had 7 waves down, we had hidden bullish divergence telling you exactly where to jump in. And even if you jumped in after the first green candle here, you'd have jumped in at 12 cents and the price is 13.4. So you're really nicely into profit now. You can now protect that below this pullback here, protect it somewhere just below there. You're still protecting a decent profit no matter what happens in the market, even if things kick off around the world geopolitically. You can be sure that you've got a stop loss in place and you can be confident that, you're guaranteed a profit now, no matter what happens. So this is the way to trade. And these are some of the clues that you need to be picking up. There are others that I picked up over the many years of trading that I'd love to pass on when we get opportunity. So there's so many ways that you can make money out of this market in a safe way using what's called risk reward. So basically meaning that the risk to the downside is minimal. So here, if you jumped in here, the risk was this much, the reward is this much. So you basically got a 5-to-1 risk reward ratio on this one. And actually we're expecting the move up to go beyond here. So to go beyond 14, probably 15 cents. So the risk reward is massive here. We've probably got near 10-to-1 risk reward ratio on it. So that's amazing. Market's looking really positive today, just to finalize, to summarize. The only one, I think this is Tesla, so it's old news now. We had a big move down. I think Tesla disappointed on figures once again. But actually, just on Tesla, I don't normally comment on the stocks that much, but actually, I think that Tesla's had another one of those ABC corrections to the downside. So whilst it's looking negative, because that downgrade it had, the bad earnings, I think it was. Actually, the outlook is for it to push higher again. So we've had an ABC correction. I think Tesla will push higher again. So just because there's bad news, it's had the reaction in the market, then that's already absorbed into the market. So we now look forward. And as I say, I think there's more positivity to come. So all in all, amazing moves. But Book of Memes, they're one that I highlighted the other day to buy into.
Yep.
And I even indicated, I gave on my Twitter, I said, I have bought into this asset. We can see the move up today, 18.76%. Can't say we didn't tell you. But yeah. And then just finally, the oil price is not factoring in geopolitical risks still.
Yeah.
Because it's still down, down, down.
Yeah.
That is telling us maybe there's weakness in the economy and maybe they're not taking seriously the risks in the Middle East. That could turn on a sixpence or a dime, as you would say, could reverse very, very quickly. So we do need to keep a very close eye on all the geopolitical and macroeconomic events, especially with Wednesday interest rate decision coming up. So that's about it for today. As I say, looking great, looking good moving forward as well. So let's see what's happening tomorrow on the day before the interest rate decision.
Awesome. Well, another great report, Matt. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here. Look forward to sharing news and great hearing your perspective on the political environment outlook out there. So thank you for everything. Thanks for the opportunity and catch up tomorrow.
Cheers. Talk soon.
Cheers.
The great Matt Dixon. Always great to have him on the show. The level of expertise that we put out on this show every day, Monday through Friday, is unbelievable. If you follow the signals that we put out, if you just follow, you want to buy in this level, sell in this level, follow the wave counts, everything else. This is not neuroscience, okay? It's not rocket science. There is a science to it, but that is how you can win consistently in the markets, and this can be a life-changing scenario for you. We are working on some more ways for you guys to participate. Speaking of that, speaking of participating, I want to talk about our watch friends, Coin Vigilante watches. Of course, vigilante seems to be one of those words, right? It's out in the arena right now for whatever reason. But Coin Vigilante watches, make sure that you use Impact Money as there he is right there. Use code Impact Money in order to get a 10% discount on this. Now, if you're in Bitcoin, you know that the guy that was just on that photo there, that was the great Bitcoin Ben. Okay, these are the watches. There he is right there, Bitcoin Ben. Bitcoin Ben has his Vigilante watch, Bitcoin Ben watch, that is made specifically for his brand. And Bitcoin Ben is a historic figure. He's an historic figure in Bitcoin. The truck driver, Bitcoin Ben, become multi-millionaire off of Bitcoin. Made by sound money enthusiasts. The financial system is broken. For the first time in history, we have a digital money that is able to respect the time and effort of our 9-to-5 jobs by protecting your purchasing power from the devaluation of fiat. Not only does it protect your purchasing power, but sound money like Bitcoin is able to give back power to the individual by being completely decentralized, censorship resistant, and immutable. No bank, no central authority, no government can devalue Bitcoin. They can't take control. They can't tamper with it. Your hard-earned money, only jumping around here, so it's hard to read. Only you have true ownership of your wealth. This is what inspired us to create the watches that signify the meaning and importance of sound money. For every person who wears a Bitcoin watch, there is someone who becomes part of the movement towards freedom, the future of money, and the respect of time. Make sure, get yourself a Coin Vigilante watch, part of the monetary revolution, part and parcel of the monetary revolution. Get yourself a Coin Vigilante watch. Go to coinvigilante.com. Let me put up the banner here. Coin Vigilante. Go to coinvigilante.com and use code Impact Money. Get yourself a 10% discount there. Let me see here. Oh gosh, it's here. Here it is right here. Coinvigilante.com. And I will put the link below. If you're watching on YouTube or one of the other Facebook or one of the other ones, you can see right below. We have the links there for you. You can just click on that link. It will auto-populate you right there into Coin Vigilante, coinvigilante.com. Make sure to check that out. Is Bitcoin part of QFS? Asking for a friend. Is Bitcoin part of QFS? I don't think so. QFS. You're going to make me look here. QFS. The quantum financial system is a theoretical financial system that aims to challenge the existing banking system and address issues of correlation. Quantum financial system. I'd have to read up its this theoretical revolutionary finance or conspiracy theory. I'm not sure exactly kind of what they're saying there. A lot of people say, quantum computing is, I think, a reality right now, but most people don't have quantum computers. The average person doesn't have it. Governments have it. We've probably gotten some type of alien tech and used it. Who knows? It's hard to say, really, but no, it's not. Quantum computing is not Bitcoin, not at this point. I also want to talk, my good friends Dalgo and Polka Gold. Polka Gold has really been making some major moves here. Polka Gold, these guys have they launched with locked liquidity, and they're launched by some Algorand and Polkadot Wells. And let me just pull up the site here. Polka Gold. It's polkagold.tech is the website. And this has had, very nice moves Let me see here. And they did just launch as well their Dalgo meme coin. Now the Dalgo meme, very interesting setup these guys have. All right. So let me just run this down for you and why I am so bullish on these assets here as well. Okay. Number one, they launched with here we go, Polkaran. Let me just put that down here. Boom. On the Algorand, polkagold.tech. So they launched anonymously, okay, and they locked. Everything's locked. So there's 10 million Polka Gold coins or tokens, and it's on Algorand. And Algorand is started by an Italian guy. Okay, so it's not the same usual suspects, which is nice. Okay, I think you should think that's nice. I'm telling you, it's nice. It's not the usual suspects. So it's a Algorand is, and then they're launched on Algorand. Okay. Now I'm going to pull up Algorand here. Algo. Because Algorand, if you look at Algorand here as well, let me pull it up on CoinMarketCap. I can Algorand. Here we go. CoinMarketCap. Because when I so if you look at Algorand, and again, Polka Gold is built on Algorand. Okay. Now, if you look at Algorand, first of all, we're having a pretty nice day today. Okay. Let me just, Bitcoin is up 299 on the 24 hours. Algorand is up about 223. Okay. 2.23. Now, if I take this chart and I start to go out, okay, you can see kind of where we have to go. So this is the 1 month, okay, kind of up and down a little bit, right? Go to the 1 year, we're up 30% on the year, okay, which is nice. But then if you scroll out, we are well off of our marks here. So July 19, this was launched. It launched at basically $3, $3.15. It went down. It pumped back up here to $2 or so, and then it came down, and you've had some various pumps in here. Now, when an asset like this at 14 cents, it's been to $3, $2, over $1 multiple times, and then they have all these different assets that are building on top of it, like Polka Gold, like Dalgo, which I'll look at in just a second. When this pumps, remember, rising tide raises all ships, right? So if you have a rising tide, first of all, Bitcoin is pumping. Bitcoin's going to most likely go over $100,000. Now, when that happens, if Algorand goes back over $1.50, that's like 10x from here, right? It's a nice move. Now you have the other assets like Polka Gold who are on Algorand. And you see Polka Gold here, it's down a little bit today, but it has been having some pretty nice days. Okay. And this doesn't have all the markets on it. They have a lot of decentralized exchanges that work better than this. But the Algorand, and this is why, and I had to kind of explain to everybody, the Algorand is locked. It's locked in smart contracts. So as Algorand goes up, which I think we can all probably agree, Algorand's going to go up. It'll probably go 10x from here. It'll probably go back to 150, if not more. Okay, all these digital assets, if they're healthy and growing, they should go past their all-time high. If the all-time, we're even more from here. We're 20x from here. Okay, and then the other assets that are built on top of it, you should think, because they're on the dexes and everything else, they're going to go up as well on their trading pair. So if Algorand goes up 10x, Polka Gold theoretically could go up much more than that. Okay, and then Polka Gold did something similar with Dalgo. I mean, they still built it on Algorand, but what they did was they locked up 10% of their supply. They locked up 10% of their supply into this trading pair. So it's locked. It's forever gone. Okay. And we were up like 10%, 12% for about 3 days in a row. A little bit of a pullback over the last 24 hours. Everything kind of dipped down, and then it went back up as markets do. But these guys have just hit. They've just hit CoinGecko at a nice point. So I think that we'll have some pretty nice charts here. It's very easy to get, and they have this trading pair with Dalgo and P Gold, and so that very smart what these guys have done. I mean, look, as I work with different companies and launch different things and do what I do over the day, I will tell you that I am impressed at the way that this has worked out. It's a very good way to do it. Lock the liquidity in there and build. And you see, that's what Polka Gold did. And that's why I'm long on these assets. These are high risk assets. Okay. But with these locked assets, Polka Gold and Dalgo, which is their meme coin, and Dalgo is a really impressive move. So you can imagine now the Polka Gold is locked, 10% of their supply is locked in liquidity pools at launch for Dalgo. So now you have Algorand that should pump, you have Polka Gold that should pump, and then you have Dalgo, which of course is a fun meme coin. And I'll just pull up the site here. Actually, I can just even pull up on my X here because I just reposted their thing here. There we go. Finally, Donald got on the board with Dalgo. He must have started a trend. Dress like Dalgo. Here you go.
The biggest honor of my life to be here at Bitcoin 2024. And the second biggest honor to dress like a Dalgo. Like my friend here, Dalgo the Tech. We're off to Florida now. Tomorrow, Dalgo, to show Melania my new Dalgo threads. It's been an honor for you to meet me. Now let's do the meme killer walk. And remember, dress like a Dalgo and fight. Fight! Fight for your bags.
Dalgo is the meme killer. Dalgo, we ballin' worldwide. Meme money we can't hide. Poppin' tags like it's FOMO in the streets. No time for lows. Drink in hand, it's a vibe. Haters watching, trying to snipe. We bring the heat, no denying. In the club, Dalgo flying.
The biggest honor of my life to be here at Bitcoin 20.
The community is building. I mean, you see even how it's fun for me, right? It's fun for me to do this stuff. It's fun for me to talk about it. It's fun. It's a fun coin. Dalgo is fun. I think that like I said, I think we go pretty good from here. It's sitting at around 300,000 market cap right now. Dalgo. Polka Gold sitting around 1 million at the moment. I think they have very far to go. Okay, I think they have very far to go. So, and they're fun. They are fun. They're fun. They're fun. They're fun deals. Now, the way, if you guys are going to get into crypto, what you want to make sure is that you get a wallet that is safe. Okay, not your keys, not your coins. All right, you hear that all the time. Not your keys, not your coins. Okay, don't leave your coins on an exchange. Don't go around not knowing how to store them. Okay, get yourself a wallet that you can trust, that you know your stuff is going to be safe on. Slim as a bank card, secure as a bank vault. Store, buy, earn, transfer, and swap thousands of coins and tokens. They're also adding a credit card, Visa or MasterCard capabilities to this wallet. Very nice. Works with an RFD chip. Okay, they also have a ring here, the Tangem ring. Tangem.com. Everything for use the code Impact Money. So on the ring, it comes with cards as well. So you can put that in your deposit box, put it in your safe, and then keep the ring on you, and you can always. There you go. Word on your neck. One. And you see you get 10% off. Check it out, guys. First of all, don't use your coin on an exchange like Coinbase or something like that. Okay, don't leave your coins there. Okay, like that's not smart. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Trust me, as somebody who has lost plenty of coins because an exchange got hacked or went out of business or whatever else, don't leave your coins on an exchange. If you leave your coins on an exchange, they're not your coins. All right, get yourself a proper wallet that you can store things. Okay, that you can store things on. Keep that. All right, I want to talk a little bit more about this fiasco with the Olympics. I mean, what in the world is going on? What I really don't get is why. I don't get it. Why? And this is what you should be asking yourself as well. Why? Why would a certain group of people, always seems to be the same group, feel like it was necessary or proper or whatever to do all this stuff? I mean, you see, like, we have somebody had, the opening ceremonies at when it was in Russia, and they had the ballet dancers and this, and it's just beautiful. Humans are beautiful. That's what I always tell people, and some of the stuff, like with women. Well, women are beautiful. Women are beautiful to me. I think women are beautiful. And, I get it that they think men are good looking too. I guess I can appreciate that. But to me, like, women are beautiful. Ballet is beautiful, right? These works of arts are beautiful. And like what they're doing in the Olympics is just like, that's not beautiful. Like, what in the world is that? Talking about the Olympics. What the heck is going on? Why do these people want to? I mean, what are they doing? Are they just trying? Like, what are they trying to do? What are they trying to do? What are they trying to do? I mean, do you ask yourself this? Right? I mean, come on. Like, what are they trying to do? Like, I don't get it. Why would you create this whole show that insults? Because, you have the Muslims also believe in Jesus. They just don't. They also believe in Muhammad. Okay, but I mean, actually, what, if anything, what this has done is kind of brought that a little bit front and center. I mean, so why would you insult, like, literally? So there's 2.3 billion Christians or something like that, and 1.7 billion Muslims. Like, why would you insult 3 billion people in a deal? Like, why? I don't get it. I don't get it. You shouldn't get it. I mean, I have my theories about it. Like, and then like you look at the guy who did it, and of course it's the same usual suspects that push this stuff. And then you're like, well, why do they push this stuff? And then you start to find out, okay, well, they actually believe in 12 genders. It's actually in their book, 12 genders, and on and on. And you're like, okay, well, what is going on? I mean, I'm as easy as the next guy. You can like believe whatever you want. I really don't care. But like, you're gonna come out and like insult everybody and shove it in their face. I mean, thank God that my kids weren't watching that. I wouldn't want my kids to watch that. And why the debauchery? I just don't get it. Like, why is it so important to do that? Is there a larger conspiracy at play? How in the world is this like, you know what I mean? And then you're like, okay, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you think? I'm curious. Like, what do you think? What in the world is going on? And everybody says they're mad at the French, but I mean, it's not really the French, guys. I mean, sure, it's in France, it's in Paris, but look at the guy who put it together. I mean, let's like talk about him. You know what I mean? Like, we have the same junk all across the West. All across the West. Why are we going to celebrate basically the end of humanity? Like, what's going on? Like I said, is there a larger conspiracy at play? I'm as easy as the next guy. Gay people don't have kids. It's fine. Do whatever you want. I don't care. But we don't need to celebrate it. In my, like, life is beautiful. I mean, if you just take it at the, life is beautiful. Human beings are beautiful. Made in God's image, right? So if we're beautiful and life is beautiful, then we want to promote life. Like I said, I'm as easy as the next guy. Everybody can do whatever they want. But we need to promote life. We have a population collapse across the West. Maybe in the whole world. I don't know. So who are these people that are promoting this stuff? And how in the world even did Christianity get sucked into all this stuff? I mean, I see it all the time. Oh, well, look, they're so bad to those people. We're so, accepting and everything else. It's fine to be accepting. Okay, fine. But like, we should not be promoting something that ends life. I don't know. And maybe in the future, everybody will just have kids without, I don't know, guys. But at least right now, at this point in our current history, if we want to survive, and God said to be fruitful, multiply, and subdue the earth. He said a bunch of other things too that I won't get into. But we should not be promoting this stuff. If you have kids, I'm sure you don't want to be promoting this stuff. I don't want to be promoting this stuff. I don't even like talking about it. And of course, the Olympics, that guy, whatever his name is, I can tell you his name. He should live in infamy. Who produced the Olympics? Yeah, that autofills on Google. His name is obscured, of course. Thomas Jolly. Here he is. Oh yeah, look at that. Skip the ad. Let me share this screen. Yeah, look at this guy, huh? It was not inspired by the Last Supper. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to show it because they keep going after everybody with, well, you've seen it. I mean, come on. Not inspired by the Last Supper. What a joke. There's some more comments here. Subliminal programming. Yeah, apology, my butt, right? I mean, come on. What a joke. But the thing is, guys, again, it's not just the Olympics. Thomas Jolly is the guy. It's who's in charge. Okay, it's that guy. Like, let's not like say that all the Olympics is bad. Oh, I'm boycotting the Olympics because of this guy, and I'm sure if you looked at the committee in charge of the Olympics, it's a bunch more of these guys, of this guy, right? So instead of boycotting Olympics, why don't we just get rid of those people, right? And isn't that a much easier and more effective way? Because I mean, I used to be an athlete. I still argue that I am, but I tried to get the Olympics. I would want to go if I got a chance to go. I'd go. Of course, you want to boycott the Olympics. All those kids, young people, they've been working their entire lives in order to compete. They want you to watch them. You guys should watch them. I mean, that's like when I see everybody boycotting the Olympics. Don't boycott the Olympics. Boycott these people. Who is this guy? And why is he doing that? And then what's going on? What is his belief system? And then, like I said, you start to, okay, in their belief system, there's 12 genders. You say, oh, wow, things are starting to make sense here. What is this gender stuff we got going on? And here's the thing. Why? Why? Thomas Jolly. But again, I think, to boycott all those poor people. He was the director of the show. I don't know if he was. I don't think he's the director of the Olympics. I think they have a committee and everything else. But obviously, the committee is a mess. I mean, that was just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, at my age too. I mean, I'm not old yet, but I'm older. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Do whatever you want. Don't promote it to the kids, like the Olympic opening ceremony. I mean, kids watch that. Families watch that. Have some ballet dancers on there. He's the director for the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. There you go. Yeah, that's him. Thomas Jolly. Yeah, of course. Cabal member. I had to be careful too because, I'm on all these platforms, so I dance around a little bit. But everybody gets the picture. I think it's clear enough. What are you going to do, right? You got to talk frankly to everybody as much as possible. But so get rid of that guy. And then again, you don't need to boycott the Olympics, but let's not just let the committee that is in charge of hiring that guy continue. And then if there's one group of people who's doing it, then let's take that into consideration, guys. I mean, right? Anyway, so I'm being good. I'm not pulling up, even though I think I could. Actually, I probably can't. It's just not worth it to me. It's not. It's not worth a strike. You've all seen it. I mean, well, I guess I can show this. Here we go. This is on the article. So I'll just scroll past this on the article here, and you can see. Here it is. And this is, they say, not the Last Supper. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. And why would you do that? Why would you do it? I think there's some 30-second rule or something like that. So there you go. Hopefully they don't come after me. It's ridiculous. Don't accept it. And stop giving these people a pass. Like, do you think that's evil? Or do you think, I mean, what do you think that is? What is that to you? And you know, act accordingly, guys. Like, I mean, come on. We can't continue with this crap. All right, you're supposed to be down. Okay, enough of that. So we do expect the markets to continue pumping pretty nicely, I think. Now, the geopolitical situation is an absolute disaster. You know, you have more and more what's going on. Of course, Turkey, Erdogan comes out and he is, yeah, I hear you, the damage is done. But it's done to the Olympics, not to the people. Like, look at the people doing it, is my point. Like, stop giving them a pass and look into what the heck is going on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to boycott the Olympics. Why don't you boycott those people? You know? That's what I'm saying. And I know you agree. I'm not like jumping down your throat or anything. It's just is a good moment to make to reiterate my point. Like, you know, boycott the people behind it. Don't boycott the Olympics. All those poor athletes, like I said, they've worked their entire lives to get to this point. All right, let me look here. So we have Maduro over in you have Maduro over in Venezuela, and Maduro has, I think, claimed victory. Yeah, you know what? But here's the thing. The CIA and the Mossad want the other guy, not Maduro. Two of the most evil and despicable agencies on the planet. Actually, probably the two most despicable and evil and deadly agencies on the planet want the other guy and not Maduro. So I can tell you pretty firmly that Maduro is the right guy. I don't know anything about the situation. I don't know anything about Maduro. I don't know anything about the other guy. But it's Venezuela. So I'm sure both of them are as crooked as they come. Nothing against the Venezuelans. Very pretty people, nice people. Political situation is dicey. But if the CIA and the Mossad want the other guy, then Maduro must be the right guy. I mean, that's just it. That's it. CIA and Mossad running. I mean, you could see all of the Israeli flags of people going on and on and on. And you know, I mean, come on. If that's who they want, then that's the wrong guy. So Maduro is staying in power or whatever. And as well, the exit polls where he was up 20-25%. And then, of course, the mainstream media, who is controlled by the cabal, controlled by the central bank, controlled by the CIA and the Mossad, tells you that the other guy won. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not buying it. Basically, if the CIA and the Mossad want one guy, the other guy's the right guy. I mean, that's it. That's the long and short of it. That's how I feel about it. And I mean, I'm strongly in that corner. Strongly. The CIA is, I mean, these guys were running drugs back in Vietnam, taking heroin to the local population and to the soldiers. My dad saw it firsthand. I mean, these guys, they've like done more freaking color revolutions around the world than anybody else. These guys have killed more people. They operate above the government. They work directly for the central bank, looks to me, which is a cartel. The only reason they don't come after guys like me yet is because I'm not big enough yet. I'm sure if I get big enough, they'll come after me. I did not kill myself. Hopefully, we can get enough people to coalesce around the truth to start to work things forward. But instead of going on and on about the Olympics or who was behind all that stuff, or going on and on about the tens of thousands of people that are dying in the Middle East, the mainstream media all day long, which is CIA and Mossad controlled, is going to talk about how horrible it is and that Maduro is stealing the election in Venezuela. And this is something that none of us know anything about. You don't know if he stole it. I don't know if he stole it. All we know is that the CIA and Mossad controlled news organizations tell you that he did, and the other guy is the good guy. And that's all you need to know. What's happening? What's happening, brother? Smelly socks. Smelly socks. They're all thieves. You're absolutely correct. It's exactly right. So basically, whatever the CIA and Mossad are telling you, do the opposite, and you're better off. And I'm not saying Maduro is a good guy, and he's probably a very dangerous guy, and probably done lots of bad things. I don't know anybody in power that hasn't. But if the CIA and Mossad are backing one guy, the other guy is the right guy. That's what I think about that. All that stuff, those like Operation this and that and the other. I mean, those are most likely CIA operations. You got it, brother. I see Operation Gladio. I have no idea about Operation Gladio, but I can tell you right now that looks like a CIA op. I don't know. I'll look. Let's see. Operation Gladio. Let's take a look. Operation Gladio. Operation Gladio. Oh, is this one of the CIA run thing here? New investigative journalist Seymour Hersh suggests Barack Obama threatened Biden. Okay. Operation Gladio. Okay, trying to make sense of it. Yeah, I mean, this stuff is CIA ops. That's what it looks like to me. I hashtagged it. What's going to happen to Bitcoin? Well, if we have a really bad geopolitical situation, it's going to tank and then it's going to go. Okay. But it looks like probably it's going to go. And, you're going to want gold, silver, Bitcoin, and some other assets like we're long on, like the Polka Gold, like the Dalgo. If you want to get some gold, if you don't have gold, you should get gold. You can join at costmetals.com and use the referral code clubs with an S. Here we go. Let me just pull it up here. And buy some gold or silver at cost. Because you need gold and you need silver. And you also need Bitcoin and other assets they cannot here we go. Here it is. Boom. That they can't inflate, that they can't dilute. Because it is all going to come down. But for the short term, unless we have major escalation in the Middle East, which could very easily happen, but I don't think so at the moment. I shouldn't say I don't think so. It could definitely happen. Bitcoin's going to go through the roof, carrying along a lot of these other assets along with it. And you're going to want some. The thing about Bitcoin that is so interesting, and it's like I talk to people about, is it's something that's new to the world, that people don't, and you probably already know this, that people have never seen before. And, if I want to send $10 million to somebody in North Korea, I can just do it. Or I can send it to somebody in Vietnam, or I can do it, But if I would need to take $10 million in gold and bring it with me, I mean, that's rough. That's hard. Certainly, how are you going to do that, right? So you need gold, you need silver, and you need Bitcoin and other assets that can't be inflated or diluted. But yeah, going through the roof. It's the monetary revolution. We've been talking about it around the world. around the world for over a decade now. But yeah, that stuff like wiring is worse. Well, the thing about wiring is, it's done by the central banking cartel system. So if you want to wire something to somebody, of course you got to, have all their banking information. That wire can be stopped at any time. That wire can be reversed for a number of days, I think, depending. So you're not in control, and it costs a lot more. So if I want to send, let's just say 100 grand, right? I want to send 100 grand. I want to pay for something. I send it in Bitcoin, and nobody can stop it. Nobody can stop me. I send it in Bitcoin, and if I do it correctly, I don't talk about it on the air really how to do things anonymously, but you can do it anonymously. Then they don't know where it came from, right? And they can say, "Oh, you did it." Oh, okay, or whatever. Maybe they don't see. Maybe they can't figure out who did it. But yeah. So the central banking cartel system, and that's actually brings me to another. So we have BRICS, right? So now BRICS is starting. BRICS is now. Yeah. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. Crypto's fun, man. Crypto is really fun. It's that's where it's at, man. Once I was bit, it was like playing ice hockey for me. I played soccer and baseball and everything else, and then once I got ice hockey, I was like, man, that's it. And I did all types of other things. I did IT work. I did international logistics. I did everything. And once I got Bitcoin, man, it was all over. It was all over. I was in on it. So BRICS, though, is launching. BRICS is Putin's answer to roller hockey is fun, man. Roller hockey is fun too. Ice hockey is a little bit more fun because it's safer. Even though it's kind of it can be a little bit safer. No tracing with Bitcoin. Well, of course, yes, but there are ways to use it anonymously. Got the mission skates. That's awesome. Yeah, roller hockey is great. I love roller hockey. I played a lot of roller hockey, especially with the blind guys as well. Bruce, what is the best way to go about buying some Bitcoin? Probably, depending on how much you want to get. The easy answer is to just go to Coinbase. If you're not going to hide it, if you're, and you have to go through some, you have to really, in order to get, as they say, clean Bitcoin or stuff that's not tracked to you, it's dice. It's tricky. It's not something I'll talk about on the air. But easiest thing to do, go to Coinbase.com and buy some Bitcoin. That's it. It's easy for Americans. You can buy your Bitcoin right there. Just realize as well that if you buy it, if you hook up your bank account and you buy it, I think they hold it for 3 weeks or something like that. And if you hook up your debit card, then you get it like either instantly. I think you get it instantly, and you can buy it with your debit card. And you can set up auto buys on it and everything else. I do have a referral deal going with KuCoin, but you have to set up a VPN. If you're willing to use VPN, there's other ways, very easy ways you can, to get it. Find an exchange that's not KYC'd and, just buy it, and then get some type of wallet. Like I said, you have the Tangem wallet, okay? Tangem.com, use Impact Money, okay? And you can store your coins on that wallet, and nobody can take them from you. Okay, that they're yours. If you keep your coins on Coinbase, they are not yours. They can be frozen, seized, taken, whatever. If you have them on a hardware wallet or on an offline wallet where you memorize your seed phrase. And here's the thing. I know it sounds like a lot, but just get started. It'll work its way out. We're gonna it will. You'll be fine. And you should get some. You need gold, you need silver, you need Bitcoin. Everything will come down, and it'll be coordinated as well. One of the main ways, I didn't mean to do that. Where's my cost metals? I wanted to keep that up there. One of the ways Okay. Not Coinbase. I hear you. Well, I just very easily, without going into detail, you can set up a VPN. You just Google, get a VPN, set up a VPN, hook up to the internet through some other country, and Google, what exchanges are not KYCing, and buy some Bitcoin from there. It's still going to be a little tricky though, because you're going to need some other type of crypto in order to get that. So it's a little tricky, but it's not out of the realm of possibility at all. We can talk more about it, but it's kind of an in-person conversation. Anyway, but you're on the right track, because you need to do that. They are going to, when things crash, it's all going to be on purpose. It's just like when the central bank crashes everything. Okay, that's what they do. That's what they do. They've done it a number of times, and they buy everything up. We're totally ruled by the central bank, completely and totally ruled by these people right here. I talk about them on every show. Every show I talk about these guys, because I want you to know who they are. These are the people that own the United States. They own you. They own you. Actually, the truth is, they create a bond every time. That's why they want you to get your birth certificate. Boom, you get birth certificate. They create a bond and they start trading on the open market. They mint up some more money. That's why they want all of the. That's why they want all the the people coming in here as well. Every time the new person comes and registers, they create a new bond, more liquidity, and they get to trade it. They dilute the money supply even more. It's a big scam. Nobody talks about it. Yeah. You're a corporation. I don't even get into it that much, because it's like, okay, so maybe I will as we move forward, but it's kind of over the head of everybody. People, once you start going down that line, I start to lose people. But when you get your birth certificate, you're your corporation, and then that corporation is traded. Your corporation, and you're traded, and that's why when you're dead, you're called a corpse. Dead corpse, dead corporation. Yeah, we were sold out a number of times. Started in 1930. Started. It's hard to say when it started. They really took control in 1913 with the Federal Reserve Act. But these families are the ones behind it. They're all cabal members. Same cabal that just insulted all of Christianity and Islam. And they tell you that the Muslims and that we should hate each other. The Muslims and Christians should hate each other. The Muslims believe in Jesus too. And they didn't do the Olympics. And they don't own the United States. Somebody else does. The other guys do. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Morgans, the Warburgs, the Goldman Sachs. And I think we can all agree that the country's going to crap, right? The country's going to crap, right? We can all agree that. So these guys are the ones who own it. They own the Federal Reserve, the central bank that rules us. The Rothschilds have been on record a number of times. They don't care who is the puppet in control of the country. As long as they control the money supply, then they are in control. The Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the Morgans, the Warburgs, Goldman Sachs, Lehman, Kuhn Loeb, Lazard, Israel, Moses, Schiff, and Stillman. These are the families that own the Federal Reserve. And there's some other ones, right? But those are the main ones. And if you Google it, it'll tell you, oh, no, it's not owned by anybody. It's owned by some subsidiaries of the bank. Well, yeah, of course. And then those are owned by these guys. The way that we can fight back is through peacefully is by getting out of the U.S. dollar as much as possible. We need to end the Fed. We need to end the Fed. Thomas Massie is our new mascot. The great Thomas Massie wants to end the Fed. He wants APAC to register as foreign agents. Interestingly enough, over the weekend, I saw some posts, and in Europe, Hungary now has just now required APEC type corporate NGOs to register as foreign agents. Basically, they call it something else, but they have to register and they have to tell them where they're getting their funding from. So we have a situation in the United States where APEC is getting all this funding from Israel and from the central bank. Kennedy actually made them the American Zionist Foundation, American Zionist Council is what they were before, and then APEC was a subsidy. He made them register as foreign agents. One of the reasons most people think is why he got right. So we have a situation where APEC has so much control over our government. You know, Thomas Massey told us everybody has an APEC guy. Everybody has an APEC guy, and the same people are in control of the banking system. And so they're able to mint up whatever money they want. They have complete control. The government has no control over the monetary policy. It's important for people to understand that. The Federal Reserve, this group of people, has total and complete control over the monetary policy, meaning they can print up however much money that they want. So if they want to pay off whoever they want to pay off, they just mint up the money. They just mint it. No problem. What do you want? They don't even have to print it. They just send it. We're slaves to them. We're debt slaves. These people have been doing this for thousands of years, to be totally frank with everybody. And that's so we're debt slaves. So they enslave people, and they do it a number of different ways. Some people enslave people by war, right? And then some people enslave people by money. So they make everybody debt slaves, which is what we are. We're slaves. Even like my house, own it outright. If I don't pay my taxes, they take it. I mean, it's crazy. And the taxes are ridiculous here. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And then you get taxed, so you get tax and tax and tax and tax and tax. So it's unbelievable. It has to end. We have to end the Fed. We have to end the central banking cartel's hold on this country. It is a must. An absolute. That's an absolute. Now, talking about digital assets, of course, another one of my favorites is dog or flower. Dog or flower. Well, first of all, the TON ecosystem is booming. Okay, the TON ecosystem is booming, and TON is looks like it's having a nice turnaround at the moment. Let me just pull up the chart here. TON or TON coin is number. Share this tab instead. Here we are. Boom. TON in the whole crypto ecosystem is sitting at number 10 at the moment. It's up 2.5 or 2.8% today. Impressive move. Let me just go on the 1 year here. I think 400% up on the year. 423% on the year. This ecosystem is absolutely exploding. It is absolutely exploding. One of the tokens that I really like on this ecosystem is dog or flower. Dog or flower. It's a fun meme coin. It's fun. Okay, sometimes it's just meant to be fun. All right, and this one is fun, and this has the potential to be the dog whiff hat, or the doji, doggy coin, doge, however you want to call it, of the TON ecosystem. Actually, I will say I was on a space with them the other day, and dog or flower is like probably the most popular meme coin on the TON ecosystem. Dog or flower, so check them out. Dog or flower, the most memeable coin, most memeable dog on TON. In the world of memes and dogs, we have seen a huge communities formed. Doge and Shib have become the biggest meme coins. Whiff showed us that silly and cute is worth billions. This is the most memeable and adorable dog on TON. Dog or flower. Dog or flower. They have a funny Twitter as well here. Let me just pull that up. I still call it Twitter. How about you guys? Dog or flower? Make sure to give them a follow. Hello. Okay, we got different memes going on here. Dog or flower? Fun community. Fun coin. Check them out. They're on the Ton ecosystem. Dog or flower? Dog or flower? One of my favorites. One of my favorites. It's fun. And I'll pull up the chart here. Where's the chart? Chart. I just had it. Where is it? Here it is. Share this tab. So if you're talking about coins that might have a nice move turnaround here we go. This is the hour chart. This is 4 hour here. Now, Ton has been moving down, but now we have a bit of a reversal here, and you saw it, boom, we had a bit more reversal there, and then here. Now we're sitting at about 550,000 market cap on this one. It was at 3 million, so that's a nice move if we move back to that quickly. And with meme coins like this, we can move very quickly. We can move very quickly on coins like this. So dog or flower, check them out. All right, well, let's see here. What else did I want to talk about today? I talked about the cabal. I talked about the Olympics. I don't think you guys should boycott the Olympics. Boycott the people behind the Olympics. Okay. If anybody out there has a list of sponsors or something, maybe boycott the sponsors. I don't know if even that's what, but actually that's not even like, I mean, yeah, sure. Okay. That's one way to do it as well. But we really want to boycott the people. We want to expose and boycott the people to 45 million a month. 45 million a month. I don't know. I'm not following that. Trump. Yeah, we can talk about Trump. We can always talk about Trump. So Trump has gone full crypto, as you guys know. He's gone full Bitcoin. I hope it keeps up. I hope he stays there. The part that worries me a little bit is, of course, they're talking about you can self-custody and everything like that. And yeah, we know we are self-custodying, right? You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't be doing anything other than self-custodying. But look, at this point, I think the whole world knows Trump is going to win. Elon to Trump. Yeah, I mean, Elon is gone full Trump too. Elon's gone full Trump. Trump's gone full Bitcoin. We have, if it wasn't for Elon, I wouldn't really probably even be able to do this show, right? I talk about too many crazy things. I actually even lost my account. And I had to get it all the way up to the big guy. Oh, so Elon said he wasn't doing it. 45 million a month. Elon said it wasn't a true story. He said the Wall Street Journal put out some fake news. I think he might have given 45 million, but he didn't commit to giving 45 million a month or however that worked. I mean, he's obviously fully behind Trump at this point. I think he's fully endorsed him on the platform. Yeah, exactly. He denies he's given 45 million a month. I thought that was a lot. I was like, wow, man, that's a lot. That's a lot. He's doing it undercover. That is quite possible. It is quite possible that he's giving the money undercover as well. I can tell you from being, I get paid to do this stuff. Okay, I get paid to do this. I get paid to do posts and all this type of stuff. And that's, I have like 140 something people on my X account. If you have an account like his, I don't know what they pay you to post, but it's a lot. It's a lot. So just for him coming out in support of him, and the reason why you get paid to post is because it's so valuable, and that's why. So him coming out in support of Trump like that is really important. So my computer just gave me the hey, you're about to die deal. So I am gonna. What's your Twitter? I got 150. Nice, dude. I'm Networks Manager. Networks Manager with an S. I'll try to put it up here on the brand. Anyway, my computer's about to die. Let me Let me finish correctly. Networks manager, I will follow you back, brother. Will do. Oh, here we go. Boom, boom. Retweet. Thanks, brother. I will do the same. All right, folks. It's always a pleasure, an honor, and a privilege. I'll be back on TV in a few hours, as well as streaming around the world. Talk soon.
Your voice is powerful. When combined with social engagement, it's a force for change. Decentralized media paired with free speech is the catalyst for an empowered world and a unified, invaluable ecosystem. Join Global Boost, become a champion of free speech, and help to reshape the future of media.